Yes, guys, it's someone. Welcome back to a brand new video and a brand new episode of my F1 2016 career mode here for the season 2018 season. And before the video starts, guys, I'm just going to give you a little disclaimer. And for some reason, I thought I recorded qualifying for this video, but apparently I didn't. I was in the Skype call with Callum and Aaron, so I was on Discord with them. And I don't know why, I must have just got distracted and not actually clicked Alt F9 on Shadow Play to record, but I'm looking everywhere and I can't seem to find the recording on my hard drive, so I do apologise for that. So the first thing you're going to see now is me jumping straight into the race. So hopefully you guys do enjoy it nevertheless, and hopefully you enjoy this stacked race at COTA. So let's jump straight into it now. Right, so here we are then in race day 4 COTA, and what could potentially be the finale if I manage to get 6 points more than Valtteri Bottas, who's the man who starts directly in front of me here today. Fernando Alonso cracking in a brilliant qualifying lap right at the end there to get P5, and my best effort could only get me P8 on the grid. So I've got a bit of pace to find here on race day. My pace around qualifying definitely not as good as it was around Japan in the last race, but I really didn't feel like I had any more time on the table, maybe like a 10th or something, but in the grand scheme of things, to find that lap perfectly, it would have been very tough, and we're going to try and see if we can try and improve it on the race here today. Obviously, we've got a good opportunity of making a good start here, and maybe get to be inside of a couple of cars at turn 1. We need Bottas to preferably have a pretty poor start and lose a few places off at the start and drop back a little bit through the field, but our target ideally is to win the race. It's going to be really hard to do that, but if we could win the race, then it doesn't matter how many points Bottas gets, because we need 6 points to win the championship. So obviously the difference from first to second place is 7 points, so I would like to get first, but we'll see how the race unfolds and see what we can do strategy wise. But right now we're looking at a fairly simple strategy. Tyre wear is pretty low around this circuit, so we're going to go on a 2-stop with double supers and soft at the end, but also slightly overfueled on fuel, but we're now going to jump into it and see if we can try and have a good race here and try and convert this P8 into at least a top 5 or even a podium, and really try and nail down the World Drivers' Championship, if not put myself in a really good position to win it in the next race. So without further ado, let's jump straight into the race. Right then, 5 red lights. Let's try and have a good start here. Bottas right in front of me, that's my target. Lights out and away we go. And Bottas has had a pretty good start, so has Alonso, but Bottas off to an absolute screamer off the line. Also the McLaren Honda of Esteban Ocon there, but here we go into turn 1 for the first time. Can I look up the inside of Bottas here? Let's try and get the inside. Nice tight narrow line up into P4. Great start here, making some great positions, and the AI taking a very wide line into the first corner. So that's me up into 4th place. Now we've got a Ferrari 1-3. They were absolutely dominant in qualifying. Hamilton in between the pair of them there to split them, but right now this is a good position for us, and if I can get 3rd, then I can really solidify them 6 points that I need. Bottas, I believe, is down in P6, I'm going to guess, and I'll have a quick look behind. No, right, Ocon's in P6, so an incredible start there from the McLaren, and Bottas is in P7. Fernando Alonso, my teammate who qualified in P5, has had an absolute shocker off the line, way down the order. So right now we need to get a few more positions. Right now we'll be getting 12 points, and if Bottas is in P7, then he'll be getting 6 points. So as things stand, it's perfect for us right now, but I want to try and get a few more places to try and solidify that. So let's try and push on here. The Ferraris do have some pretty incredible pace, as Lewis has actually taken the lead against all odds here. The Ferraris are about 3 to 4 tenths faster than anybody else in qualifying, so I'm guessing they're the team to beat. But here we go then. We're going to try and make our way through the pack here, see what our pace is like on these super soft tyres, and see if we can race these guys here today on raw pace and merit alone. So let's jump straight into it here and get a head down. Okay, so far not too bad. Holding P4 quite nicely. Ricciardo is the man on the move. He's gotten past Vettel and he's gotten past Hamilton just now, so he's got some good pace and some fastest laps in the process. I'm pretty much keeping with Vettel, but at this point I'm weighing up the possibility of going on to the mediums and changing my strategy and taking the medium tyres to the end. If I want to do something different this race and try and gain a few places, I've got to go for something a little bit different strategy wise, and I think the medium tyre may just be that. So right now my super softs aren't that. I reckon I can probably get these around lap 10, and then I can go for a set of mediums. But even then I think I can make maybe a 1-stop work on softs, so I'll have to keep an eye out for that one. But I reckon I'm looking at the 1-stop now. Meanwhile, Carlos Sainz is now right on my chuff. He's going to look for the move. I think he's very close to me. Just tapped my rear end slightly there, but here we go into the back straight. He's going to try and make a move here. We've got Ocon just ahead of Bottas, but Bottas is going to make a move here, and Sainz is going to make a move on me. So right now this is favouring Bottas massively, and this is going to mean massive amounts of him in the championship, as I can't win here today. So I need to get my act together, and after this now a double overtake that's just occurred, I'm now really weighing up the possibility of a 1-stop and doing less stops to not follow that Aeon strategy, because I don't have that much pace around here. Like, I'm pretty much matching what Vettel was doing, but I'm not fast enough to overtake, and I'm not like too slow to like fall back through the field. So I'm basically going nowhere this race, and if I'm going nowhere, then that means I'm going to finish P5 and Bottas is going to finish P6. So I need to do something different here. Alright, Stoffel Van Dorn out of the USA Grand Prix, which is going to be interesting. Will that trigger a safety car or a virtual safety car? I'll have to wait and see. Meanwhile, Sainz putting a move on Sebastian Vettel there for P3. So Vettel really struggling here today, and just going backwards really. Meanwhile, I'm going to look very racy at the moment, and I want to see if I can get past Vettel. So I think I can get past him, but Sainz is just a bit too quick at the moment, and I want to get a car between myself and Bottas just for safety reasons, and also just to get them few extra points, and you never know where we can end up this race. Alright, so Vettel comes in. That's going to release me. He's obviously struggling on that compound, and Sainz stays out, as do I, as does Bottas, as does Ocon. My pace isn't bad. I mean, look at that, 4 tenths off my personal best. The lap times are still pretty decent. I reckon I can easily get these to at least lap 10, and then at that point, I'm thinking other medium's even worth it, because if I can do 10 laps on used super softs, which are used in qualifying, so logically speaking, I've done 13 laps on this tyre, come lap 10, then why not do 18 on super softs? So I think, sorry, on softs. So I think that could be doable here. I just need to try. I need to just stretch these tyres out, maybe to lap 10 or even 11 or even 12. That would be nice. So right now the tyre life is looking pretty good. I mean, front left's on 41, but I reckon I can get a few more laps out of that. But the pace is still good, which is all I care about. So as long as the pace and lap times are good, then I've got no reason to worry. Oh wow, here comes Bottas out of nowhere. He's just an absolute rocket ship in a straight line. I'm going to go around the outside here. Can I defend from Valtteri? I've got a nice run through there. I'm just going to squirt the power on, and there we go. We're going to defend nicely from here. I mean, look at that. I'm only 3 tenths off my PB, so lap is good. I just, in the straight line around here, I don't know, the Mercedes got a really low downforce set up on, but they're absolutely rapid in a straight line, and that was a bit of a shock and overtake. I didn't realise until the arrows just popped up on my screen that I saw my mirrors, and he was literally right on my chuff. But I'm going to keep on going around here. I don't even care if I lose positions. The one stop I'm committing to. Whether it's a medium, some softs, I don't know, but I'm committing to the one stop. So here we go then. Sainz and Bottas coming. I've got a bit of rich mix, so I may use that now just to level up my lap times a bit and try and keep going. So here we go. Bottas stays out. I'm going to crank up into rich mix now. So let's see if we can try and push hard this up and hopefully not be disturbed by Bottas. Okay, so Bottas pits. He's in now for his stop. A 41.4 there, not too bad lap times. I'm now going to be roaming solo and no distractions, so I've got to really make these laps count now. Okay, so I'm going to pit this lap for mediums. I don't think I'm getting it out enough to the soft stint. My front left is about 63%, so I'm just struggling on my tyres a bit, and my pace is just starting to drop a little bit. I'm still only 4 tenths off in the middle sector, but I've still got the final sector to negotiate, so we're going to play it safe and just go into the mediums. But luckily, I've got the stint out enough, so there shouldn't be any issues in regards to obviously making a one-stop work. So we're now definitely quite comfortably on the one-stop after doing all the hard work on the super soft compound tyres. And now we're going to switch over to the mediums, also get a little turn less in front wing, I believe, and a nice quick stop there, 2.1, nice and snappy, and we're going to hopefully rejoin just behind Bottas. And right now I think I'm going to rejoin ahead of him here. There's Rosenqvist who's going to come flying past. I'm in standard mix. Massa's the next car. I think Bottas may have got caught in traffic. That huge train of cars behind, so I might have just overcut these guys. And look at that, that's a massive train of cars there. So I think I've just overcut Bottas, and also I think I may have overcut, I think that was Sainz. So right now I've rejoined in a net P4, so the overcut has worked absolutely beautifully, and I'm now fresh rubber, albeit mediums. They still feel better than the used super soft. So let's try and get past Felix Rosenqvist here, nice and quickly, not make any mistakes, not lose any time, and try and get a move on here. So I'm going to use my rich mix up now, use the entire 2.5 laps that I have, and see how much time we can gain on these guys, and see how much we can push in this middle stint. So here we go then, in the toe of the false one, open up the DRS. Here we go, a nice little toe. The false one is very quick in a straight line, but I've got rich mix enabled and DRS, and we're going to get past Rosenqvist here. Can I put in front of him into the braking zone? Yes, I do. And there we go, we take the normal racing line, and now I can try and push on and try and pull away, because right now I'm not doing no more stops this race, so logically speaking I could well be in the net race lead. So I've got to make these laps count now to try and stay ahead by the time the guys ahead of me do their pit stops. So it's time to really crack on there and get down to the nitty gritty and push hard. So let's get straight down to doing the lap times. Right, personal best lap of the race, 41 dead, and I'm pretty much matching Hamilton as he's going side by side referring to turn 1. So right now the pace is good, and I've got to make these count before the AI jump over to fresh rubber, because that's when they're going to be really quick. So right now I could well be in the net race lead. Okay, so Perez is ahead of me and Vettel's behind me, so I've also overcut Sebastian Vettel. So it goes to show I've overcut Bottas, Sainz and Vettel by staying out in that first stint and avoiding coming out in traffic. So it just goes to show the overcut is also a very good strategy option. So That's worked beautifully. Now Perez comes into the pit lane, so that's going to basically just release me to more free air. And I'm now in third place right now, net third place on circuit. But if Hamilton and Ricciardo, I can see them on the minimap on track ahead of me, then that means I'm in the net race lead. So that's absolutely fantastic. And the lap times are really consistent on this tyre. Because here we go then, Lewis is in the pit lane, so he's going to promote me up into second place. Plus the best lap of the race there, 140.8 into the 140 for the first time this race. And like I said, I'm promoted to second place now, and Hamilton's gone to another set of softs, which he will take to the end. So right now I'm in the net second place, and I need to get past Ricciardo now. But right now, Vettel's P3, I don't know where Bottas is, but if I keep escalating positions, like I said, as long as I win this race, it doesn't matter where Valtteri finishes. So I need Ricciardo to pit now, and I need to really get the hammer down and keep on extending my gap and pushing hard. Okay, so Sebastian just pit on that last lap. Lewis set a fastest lap of 39.8, so that's about a second and a half faster than what I'm doing. He's behind me in third place, so Ricciardo's going to come out neck and neck with me. However, the longer he stays out, the more of a chance that Lewis may even undercut Ricciardo and come out ahead of him. So Ricciardo's got to be very careful with the possibility of an undercut, but either way, when Ricciardo pits, I should retake the race lead. So, or I say retake, I had it earlier, but I'm going to inherit more like, because I was never really in a net race lead. So we're going to continue on here. Ricciardo should be pitting this very lap, because if he's doing one more stop, then this is the lap to pit. So I'm waiting to see if he does. And I think, yeah, there you go. I think he's in the pit lane now. So there you go, on cue, as I called it. I wonder what tyres he may go on super softs, because I could take him 10 laps, but I'm going to predict he's going to go on to another set of soft tyres. But either way, here we go now at the final corner. Ricciardo goes on to another set of softs. 41.5, not too bad lap times for me there, but I'm going to take first place in COTA here for the United States of America Grand Prix. And now we've got about 9 laps to go, so let's try and bring it home and at least try and get a podium here. But right now I've got no idea where Bottas is, so we'll have to find out where he is later on in the race. But right now I know he's in the top 3 positions, and as long as I win this race, like I said, it doesn't matter where Bottas finishes. But right now I think that's going to be severely under threat once Ricciardo catches up to me on them fresh soft tyres. My pace is still good at 41.2. I'm so consistent, but Ricciardo dropping the 39 bomb, I can't compete with those laps. Once Ricciardo gets to the back of me, I'm going to be a sitting duck. Also, I'm running out of rich mix now, 0.7 left. I haven't got long left. My tyres also starting to wear away now a little bit, 28% on the most worn, which is the left front. And yeah, the pace is starting to quicken up again here at COTA, and then when I start going backwards soon. But luckily Lewis is not that close. I think at worst case scenario, I can't see myself finishing any worse than third place this race. So that's still fine. But like I said, I just don't know where Bottas is. Based off of the fast lap, I'm going to guess Vettel's in P4. So it's going to be very close. I really don't know how to call this one. It's going to go right down to the wire here. But Ricciardo now is right on the back of me. He's caught me in the meantime. He's just so fast in that Ferrari. The upgrades Ferrari brought us by in the second half of the season have really paid off, and they're absolutely rapid. And here comes Ricciardo, DRS wide open here. Look at the speed he's got. I'm going to squeeze him a little bit. I'm not going to squeeze him too hard, because in the grand scheme of things, I don't really want to lose time here, because I can still maybe finish ahead of Hamilton if I've got some good pace. So I just want to keep my foot down, keep doing what I'm doing. Maybe use a little bit of DRS off of Ricciardo to try and drag me along. But Ricciardo is bloody quick on those soft tyres. Oh, Lance Stroll out of the USA Grand Prix. Could that trigger something very late in the Grand Prix here? We'll have to wait and see, but hopefully not, because I'm very comfortable here as it stands. But that could possibly trigger a safety car or a VSC, so we'll have to see what happens. But right now, I don't want anything, because I'm really comfortable at the moment, and I don't want to disrupt my rhythm or give Bottas the possibility of catching me. As I said, a 40.6 personal best lap of the race. Still got some good pace in the car, and I think nothing's going to get called out for that, so I think we're good for now. A 142 dead. I've cranked up into the standard mix, and I'm trying to save a little bit of fuel for the inevitable battle with Hamilton, who's now catching me at a rate of knots. And I want to see if I can try and hold into second place. I've got the confidence that I think I can, because Lewis isn't catching me. He isn't as fast as Ricciardo. So I think if I save a bit of fuel, once I'm into rich mix, I think I can defend from Lewis. The straight line, obviously the back straight is going to be an issue, but other than that, I think I can defend through the rest of the lap. So let's see how this battle unfolds, but right now I'm just saving as much fuel as I can before he arrives onto the back of me. Right, the very next lap, Lewis has arrived. I'm in standard. I'm going to try and survive this straight in standard mix, and then I'm going to crank up into rich onto the back straight. So Lewis has now arrived. The battle is about to begin. Right, into rich mix. Here we go then. Into the hairpin. Let's not allow Lewis to make the move up the inside. Squirt the power on. Focus on the exits. There we go, really good exit out there. Nice bit of space between myself and Hamilton. He's still going to have a go at me though with DRS, and Mercedes, let's not forget, is the best car in a straight line. And here comes Lewis Hamilton now to the inside. I'm going to squeeze him a little bit. Can I go around the outside here and do what I did to Bottas? No, I can't. He's going to defend that beautifully. I'm going to switch back on him though. Can I look up the inside, possibly on the brakes? Yes, I can. Just going to take the inside line through there, squeeze him out a little bit, retake the position. Nice defensive move there. Right, so far, so good. First wave has been survived. We're going to have 2 laps to go when we cross the line. I think I've got enough reach to take this to the end, I think. It's going to be close, it's going to be marginal, but I think I've got enough. Right, into the hairpin again. Nice clean exit, nice good traction out of there. Lewis is a little bit closer this time on the last lap. I think he's going to go for the dive again here. We're going to be defenseless in a straight line, as we know. I'm going to just veer over to the left hand side slightly. Lewis makes the move again. This time he's a little bit further ahead than last lap, so let's see if we can try and respond here with a switchback. I'll lock up a little bit, which isn't going to help. Backhand stepping out, I'm going to look for the inside. I think I'm not close enough though. Lewis Marv just made the move there. Vettel's in P4, so that's good news for us. Right, let's try and make the move here. I'm going to cut back underneath. Oh, no, it's not gone well. Right, I'm going to let him have the place there. I'll let him have the position. I'm not going to take that one because that was a nasty move from me there. Just locking up, getting all out of shape on the brake, and the tyres is not with me anymore. So we're going to have to sit behind him for now. We're going to go on to the final lap of the race here. Can I have a look maybe into turn 1 if I stay close enough through here? It's going to be a miracle, but I'm going to try my best through the final corner. Go for the slow and fast out approach. Squirt the power and open up the DRS. And here we go. On to the last lap of the race. Can I get close enough to Lewis? I'm not even gaining in a straight line. Right, do I go for the Ricardo dive? I think I do. Run it in very hot there. He's going to cut right back underneath me. And I'll try to make it work, but I've just ain't got the tyres left. Hamilton switches back underneath me beautifully there. And I think that may be all she wrote, unless I can stick with Lewis through here and maybe make a move. Oh, I've got it all wrong there with the dirty air. If I can make a move onto the back straight, that would be the only chance I've got if I'm close enough. Little bit of a tight line through there. Come on, just stick with him. Stick with him. Push every braking zone. Push every single corner around here, just in case. Because if Bottas is P5, I think that may not be enough. I can't actually run the numbers in my head anymore. I'm just too I can't remember the point scoring. So if Bottas is P5, then it's not enough. I'm close enough to Lewis though. Fuel is fine, so fuel is good. I'm going to be okay to the end of the race. Here we go then. Let's return the favour to Lewis. 8th gear. Come on, come on. Crank it up. Push hard. Here we go. On the brakes. Can I get it? Lock up on the left front. Leave him the room. I'm going to leave Lewis the room. Get the traction on. Short shift. Nice move. 2nd place. Right. Come on. Right now this is enough. Because Bottas is not P4, so this is enough as it stands right now. Let's try and bring it home. I've got enough fuel, so I haven't got to worry about the fuel. I can keep it enriched for the rest of the race. Right, come on then. A few more corners to go. If it stays like this, I'm the world champion. Come on. Come on. Lewis ain't going to get me here. Unless a shocking final corner, it's going to be game over for Valtteri Bottas. Ricardo wins the USA GP into the final corner. I think I've done it. Here we go. Nice clean exit. And there we go, out the final corner. And I'm going to win the World Drivers' Championship, I believe, unless proven otherwise. And there we go. 2nd place on the podium. Brilliant result. And now we await to confirm if I am the World Drivers' Champion. That's things stand. And yes, I am. There you go. Officially confirmed. And I'm the 2018 World Champion as an Audi driver. And switching teams from Ferrari to Audi has paid off. And what a good move that was for my career. And what a race that was. Right, and there we have it then. Looking at the final race results, Ricardo wins in very dominant fashion. Absolutely deserved to win today. And I'll bring it home in P2. But look at this. You will see it on screen right now. But Bottas wasn't even in the top 12. So there's me risking it on the last lap to try and stay safe. And Bottas didn't even finish in the top 12. I can confirm he finished in P13. And my teammate Alonso finished down in P15. Hamilton took 3rd place. Vettel P4. And Sainz and Verstappen in the 5th and 6th. With Ocon in the McLaren getting a brilliant 7th place there. But we've won a championship. And Bottas didn't even get a point in the last race of the season. And looking at the Drivers' Championship after that race, I'm 63 points ahead of Bottas, and that means I'm the world champion. And I'm going to say now, guys, this will be the last Creamer video that you'll see. Because I won the championship, it's better for me because I've basically, I would do the last 2 episodes and start from the back, but because I've got F1 2017 now, I can't. I need to prioritise. So luckily I finished the championship here and the job is done. In terms of the constructors, as you can see there, Mercedes have won the constructors by 27 points. And that's going to do the job for them there. But overall, guys, it's been a fantastic season. If you have enjoyed it, then please do smash the like button. Let's see if we can try and smash 125 likes for the final episode. Also, if you're new here, why not subscribe to my channel for future F1 content. Lots of it coming up very soon on the channel, so do look forward to that one. But yeah, guys, hopefully you have enjoyed the entire season. And if you haven't missed any videos on screen right now, then do urge you to go check them out if you haven't done so already. But thank you for watching, guys. I'll see you in my next video very soon. Goodbye.